Grimm Show presents The Covers Face Off.
Who did it first? Who did it best? Which version is superior?
The Covers Face Off.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Covers Face Off presented by the Dude and Grimm Show. Now, if you didn't catch the first one, then this might be new for you, but here's the second one, what we are doing. Grimm, why don't you tell everybody what exactly we're doing here with the Covers Face Off, because it has nothing to do with the cover of an album.
Correct. We are discussing classic cover songs. And we're looking at it from both sides. We're looking at the original version and the cover version and kind of just discussing them and determining, at least in our minds, what we feel is the superior version of a good song.
Yes. And what cover will we be looking at today?
Well, today we are going to talk about the song With a Little Help from My Friends.
Woohoo.
And this song was originally recorded by none other than the Beatles on...
Never heard of them.
Yeah. Who are they? On the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album from 1967 by none other than the Beatles. Probably already said that. But that's what we're talking about. This is a song that on the album Ringo sings on.
The Ringo track.
Yep. And according to what we have available to us, they recorded 10 takes of the songs and they wrapped up the sessions at 5:45 in the morning. And the backing track consisted of Ringo on drums, McCartney playing piano, Harrison on lead guitar, Lennon beating a cowbell. And at dawn, Ringo trudged upstairs to head home, but the other Beatles basically convinced him to do his lead vocal standing around the microphone for moral support, which is kind of an interesting story. Given the fact that on the album, I would argue that is his shining moment, certainly on Sgt. Pepper's.
Well, yeah, he's, again, I hate to beat on Ringo. He's definitely not known for his drum solos. So it would probably have to be his shining moment there. But yeah, kind of like you said, yeah, it's a Beatles song. Lennon and McCartney wrote it together. And it sounds like they actually did both share the writing of the song. Although I think later on Lennon kind of said he was like, it was more Paul's song with a little help from Lennon or something like that to that effect. Yeah. But also originally they had called it, I am glad they changed the name. Originally the thong song. Originally the song was called Badfinger Boogie because I guess apparently John Lennon, he composed the melody on the piano using his middle finger because he had hurt his forefinger. So it was originally called Badfinger Boogie. And I'm very glad that they changed it because can you imagine going from, track 1 and then track 2's Badfinger Boogie right into Lucy and the Sky with Diamonds?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
So now we go on to the cover version, and this also has a little bit of interesting history too, and that is the most famous cover version of the song is by English singer Joe Cocker, and he did sort of a rearrangement of this song. And apparently he did a studio version, which honestly I'm not that familiar with. And of all people, Jimmy Page played guitar on this studio version that he rearranged. Now,
And that's pretty cool. That was in '68. Where was Jimmy Page in his career? Because Led Zeppelin hadn't been formed yet. Would this be around Yardbirds time or before or after? Do you know?
My guess was that he was still a studio musician at this point. I don't know, but that would be my guess because he did serve as a studio musician for quite some time.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, the version that everybody knows of this song is Joe Cocker's performance at Woodstock in 1969, which is on the documentary film Woodstock.
Directed by Martin Scorsese.
It is also used as the opening theme song from the Wonder Years. And that version, by the way.
That's where I heard it, man.
Yeah,
it's so great.
And that's what I'm saying. That version, I've actually never even heard his version that was recorded. I've only heard the version from Woodstock because quite frankly, that version was so goddamn good that like I don't know why you would play anything else.
It's pretty close.
It's soulful. It's to me it's a completely different take on the song that I don't think anyone, number one, intended or heard coming, and he just threw it out there, and it was incredible. It's incredible.
It did come out of nowhere, and the thing to me that really stands out, first of all, his voice and the way he sings it is really great. And I got to be honest, man, I don't think I'm overly familiar with a lot of Joe Cocker's other work, but this song it's great. It's a different, because I think in the previous episode we talked about, the types of covers there are, and some people, they sort of pay homage and it's just like playing it just like the other artist played, or they take it and make it their own. This one he definitely took and made it his own, and it sounds phenomenal. What the thing that not only his vocals, but what really stands out to me is the woman background vocals. The soul that they sing with is just unbelievable. It's really great.
Yeah, I love that. I love the way the Hammond organ in the song. I mean, everything they do in that, the guitar, I mean, everything about it is just perfect. And it's interesting to me because for a live recording of all things, like they really just kicked the hell out. I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah.
In my
video,
opinion.
I swear, like in the video, isn't he like ripping his shirt off or something? And he's all just like sweaty with long hair.
I think he was known as being kind of a drunkard, and I don't think this performance dissuade from that at all. In fact, right. I think that there's actually some pretty good videos on old Saturday Night Live skits of John Belushi when he was still alive and on the show, like right. doing some really awesome what's the word I'm looking for? He did some really great impressions of Joe Cocker.
Okay, impressions.
And and really nailed it.
I have not seen those, but I think I should look them up.
It would be worth looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was too far of a stretch. Did you say John Belushi or Jim Belushi?
No,
either one of them.
I said John. I said John. This was original shit.
I'm sure at that time it probably wasn't too much of a stretch for John either.
No, no, probably not at all.
Yeah.
And he did it. That's why he did such an amazing job of it. But
totally cool. Well, I mean, if it's not apparent, I mean, although at least for me, I mean, the Joe Cocker version just reaches so much deeper than the Beatles version. You know, that's not taking away from Sgt. Pepper as an album or anything like that, but if I'm
Beatles,
going to, Yeah, or the Beatles, But if I'm going to listen to a version of it, it's definitely, going to be the Joe Cocker version. But I've probably heard the Beatles version more just because I've listened, to Sgt. Pepper so many times.
Yeah,
so.
Me too.
Yep. So,
but I'm with you. I mean, this version is so soulful, and you talk about somebody making a cover their own, and really, to me, like,
yeah,
if you heard this song only as the Joe Cocker version, I think most people would be okay with that because he did such a damn good job of it.
Totally. No, absolutely. He did. Absolutely.
And one thing you said, Deuteronomy, is, dude, the background vocals really stand out, and to me help make it.
It definitely just lifts the song.
Yeah.
It really does.
Unreal.
It really does. Yeah. Unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah.
So
unreal.
I mean, it just like you said, I got to give it to this version. I mean, it's a true cover standout.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Absolutely. So, well, I think that covers With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles and Joe Cocker. Both great versions, but I think we both agree that our preference leans towards the Joe Cocker version. So that concludes another episode of the Covers Face Off presented by the Dude and Grimm Show. These are going to keep coming every Monday, so subscribe, download, do whatever you got to do. This is also going to be on our YouTube channel with video, by the way, so be prepared for that. It's pretty exciting. I mean, it's one thing to hear us, it's another thing to see us. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at us.
Eat your hearts out.
Yeah. We haven't got our haircuts in a while because of the whole COVID-19, but at some point we're going to be looking real dapper.
It's kind of like a Spinal Tap. I better not stand too close. I might think I'm part of the band.
Yeah.
So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. We can't wait for you to tune in next time because we'll either be scratching an album or talking about a track that is a great cover. So, until next time, scratch you later.
The Covers Face Off
is produced by the Dude and Grimm. Additional music provided by More, that's ... MORE, and the Tims, TIMNZ. Copyright 2020, The Dude and Grimm Show.